Thank you, Amanda, for that introduction, and hi, everyone. The title of my project is The Racial Politics of Skepticism, Disorientation, Democracy, Doubt. My project begins with the skepticism recorded by René Descartes in his Meditations. I wonder if skepticism might now be not one man's doubt, but a feature of more diverse social orders, in which people or communities see things radically differently and lack common ways to come to agreement. Indeed, I argue that one strain of afropessimism, manifest in the work of Calvin Warren, expresses such skepticism. Although Warren never directly cites the tradition of philosophical skepticism, I understand his turn to an ontology of Blackness as a response to the skepticism that is a trait of experience in the racialized ordinary. As I see it, Warren parallels Descartes' move to ontologize the self in response to his own skeptical doubts. From this, I make two claims. First, I suggest that there's a racial politics of skepticism, which has been neglected in the literature on philosophical skepticism. And second, I aim to trouble the Afro-pessimist turn to ontology. Warren suggests that thinkers such as Ralph Ellison, Frantz Fanon, Horton Spillers, and others in the Black critical tradition prefigure his ontological account of Blackness as non-being. But in making this claim, Warren effaces the tradition in Black political thinking that explores skepticism and does not set out to solve it. What is at stake for me are those engagements with skepticism in the Black critical tradition that may be lost or obscured by the ontological turn. According to Stanley Cavell, reading Wittgenstein, skepticism arises when the skeptic misuses language. Cavell's insight is that the philosophical skepticism of the epistemologist may be an intellectualization of some prior intimation, something lived and not merely contemplated. This intimation for Cavell points to the fact that what the epistemologist takes to be the failure of knowledge is actually a failure of acknowledgement. As Cavell says, it's an ignoring rather than an ignorance, not a doubt, but a denial. Cavell thus transforms skepticism from an epistemic into an ethical problem. The solution to skepticism, then, is not knowledge, but action, ethical action. It is for us to acknowledge and embrace our ordinary experience of the world and of others. But where Cavell hopes to alleviate skeptical doubts by acknowledging experience, Ralph Ellison, like others within the Black critical tradition, homes in on the racial partitioning of the ordinary that renders ordinary experience into also a disorienting force. In Invisible Man, Ellison explores the conditions that cause skepticism. Descartes' skepticism emerges at the thought that he may be dreaming, subject to the whims of a deceptive God. For Ellison's Black protagonist, the nightmare of skeptical solipsism is the product of a disorienting, racialized world. He asks, quote, "Why should I be the one to dream this nightmare?" Unquote. In the wake of disorienting experiences of the ordinary, Black critical thinkers turn away from experience. They seek other antidotes to skeptical doubt. Warren turns to ontology, Ellison turns to literature and classics, Patricia Williams turns to law, Anna Julia Cooper turns to epistemology, etc. Cavell is certainly onto something when he suggests that acknowledgement responds to skepticism better than knowledge can, but he confines himself to ethical action. I want to focus on the political dimension. What if politics, rather than philosophy, is a cause of skepticism? And might politics also be able to offer a solution? What is political theory's own version of acknowledgement? Thank you.